Welcome back to the Focus Show. I'm your host, Cameron Kia, and I'm here today with Miss Renarda Bradshaw. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
And I know that you are the CTE Instructional Supervisor, right?
Yes.
And I know that some people might not know, but what does CTE stand for?
CTE stands for Career and Technical Education.
All right. And I just wanted to ask, what is the goal of the program?
So in CTE, or Career and Technical Education, we aim to answer the question that most students have: what do I want to be when I grow up? So we do that through hands-on instruction, introducing students to industry skills and certifications.
That's cool. And do you know what are some benefits for, joining a CTE like class or,
Absolutely. Through CTE, I think the major benefit is discovery. Not all students have or recognize their talents. And in CTE, because we have the project-based and the hands-on learning, a lot of students discover what they do well. Also, another benefit is you get to kind of try a career or a job before it's actually a job. So that's a benefit.
And do you know some classes that are offered, by the CTE program, if you know some off the top of your head?
Yep, in Newport News Public Schools, we kind of section our or categorize our courses into different content areas. So we have business courses, family and consumer sciences, which is more of your culinary arts. Yeah. We have marketing courses, where you have your entrepreneurship classes. Yeah. We have trade and industrial, and funny enough, people don't know that telecom falls under our trade and industrial. And then we also have technology, where our aviation program falls under. So many different avenues, and we have courses in all of the middle schools, all high schools, and our alternative schools as well.
Yeah, because as a student, I didn't really know what CTE actually meant, to be honest with you. I kind of just did it, And now that I know what it is, it really has helped me out figuring out what I would love to do. And now I ask you a question. If you were a student, like me, what CTE class would you pick? Or if you were a student?
So when I was a student, some years ago, I did take CTE classes. I took mostly business and marketing classes, even carried that into my college years. I graduated with a degree in business. But if I were to do it again, I think that I would couple that with maybe some technology hands-on courses. I'm not really a fixer of things, so I think that I may go that route if I could do it again.
Don't worry, I'm not a fixer of things either. But going back to one of our other questions, what does the program kind of do for students, just to go back?
So there's a lot of things the program does for students. So not only with the classroom instruction and the hands-on that we talked about earlier, but we also have a lot of industry partnerships. And our students are able to work with these industry people, as the industry people will be their mentors. Also, we have career and technical student organizations. I think you all know for Telecom Skills USA, where students have an opportunity to take what they learned in the classroom and actually go out and compete against other students, really apply what they've learned. So that is helpful for them.
Yeah, that's great. Honestly, CTE is a really good program. I love it.
Thank you, Cameron.
And we will be back for more questions for Ms. Bradshaw after the commercial break. Welcome back to the Focus Show. I'm your host, Cameron, and I'm back with Ms. Bradshaw here to ask more questions about the CTE program. And just to come back to where we fell off, how do you think the program helps students in the future, with their future careers?
So like I mentioned before, students actually are almost trying it's like on-the-job training, right? So you have your teacher who's knowledgeable in the subject matter, who probably worked in the industry that the student is trying to have their career in. So they're able to kind of try it out and, almost like have a little bit of training wheels in the program before they get out to their future. And I mentioned before about exposure. A lot of students come into CTE classes and it's like, I didn't know I could do that as a job, but absolutely. And so we open doors for students and they can see themselves beyond high school. So
It's great. And could you please explain like the career pathways and how it helps students? Just explain like.
Yep. So career pathways, pretty much we definitely want students to have voice and choice. And with pathways, students who understand, I'm really good at a certain subject or I'm really interested in a certain subject, they can take a series of courses in that subject. Because think about it, you're in telecom. If you only had 1 year of telecom, that doesn't really give you the skills that you need or the inside look into that industry.
Yeah, because when I first went into telecom, sorry for cutting you
No,
off.
go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to do another year because I knew I had to learn more,
That's
and I knew
right.
it wasn't going to help to just do 1 year. It's like, just
And you
like
feel
quitting,
more comfortable.
Yeah, I feel way more comfortable with just everything that is with telecom.
Good.
And if you could, please explain certifications and references that students are to students getting a job,
So certifications in most of our courses, we offer industry certifications. The great thing about these certifications is that they are industry aligned. So the same test that our students are taking, if you were in the industry, you would take the same test. So our students are able to get those certifications here. The best benefit to that is there's no cost to the student, no cost to the parents. But also, this shows that once they have that certification, it shows that the student is somewhat of an expert or they're ready to go out into the industry and work in that field. So,
And would you say that when it comes to CTE and would you say that you'll probably learn a lot more like just as much as you would be in college? Let's say you would just learn just as much, if not maybe a little bit less, but just as much
in the CTE course?
Yeah.
So I think there's benefits to both. I do think that the academic side or the college side combined with trades, because CTE a lot of the times we're preparing students for all college, career, and citizen ready, right? But we are also making sure that, or to answer your question a little better, in a CTE class, you're going to get that hands-on experience. If you couple that with a college experience as well, you have the foundation, the knowledge, and that hands-on learning. So I think both combined would be great.
Yeah, so and then you're just ready to do the job that
you're ready to do the job. That's right.
And since CTE courses train students for jobs, do you think that CTE courses would ever be considered a core course, or?
So that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
So economics and personal finance is one of our courses that all students have to take. That is a CTE course. And Cameron, you're too young to know this, but there was a time when economics and personal finance was not required. And so some legislation came through and pushed that course to be required, because we all know how important it is to have that financial knowledge.
Yeah.
What I will say with CTE, I don't know if it will ever be considered a core course. What I would hope is that education moves in a way that all courses feel important. Because if you label it core versus elective, it almost gives a impression that the core course is more important than an elective course, when we know our elective courses can help as well. I just hope we move in a direction that all courses are deemed important, because if they're not important, why are they? Yeah. Why are they in the course offerings book, right?
Yeah. My mom, she would have loved to have something like this growing up, because, my mom always explained that, starting out as an adult was kind of challenging, especially financially. And so, yeah, she was just so happy that I joined the CTE course, and
Awesome.
when she realized that there was like an economic, like
Mhm.
economic and personal finance, she was so ecstatic.
Your mom probably is in the era where I am because that's same, and I think that's why that legislation passed because so many of us went to college, got out of college, and it's like, here you're an adult, here's a car, your apartment, your new job, and now you got to balance all these things, and you've never had a bank account. So, yeah, I think that is why that was passed. Yeah.
And as our final question, where do you see CTE program heading, like for the future? Like where do you see it?
I really see us getting into more trade spaces, like what the setup here in telecom is, where the studio looks or mimics a television studio in the industry. The way our aviation program really, they have the simulators, and if you've ever been there at Denby High School, it really showcases what a aviation industry would look like. And I think that CTE is going to move more into having programs or our classes not being desk and tables, but being more of having the equipment from the industry and, aligning more with what students should be doing to learn those skills.
Yeah. And honestly, I love the CTE program in general. And to be honest with you, I feel like I probably would have never really found what I would truly enjoy if I didn't actually join this program. So thank you for being the instructional supervisor for it.
Thank you, Cameron. I appreciate that.
But anyways, as always, have a good day.
All right, thank you.
This is the end of our focus show. Please come back for more, and that is all.